I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking.
But you're so high.
Oh man, you know I ain't high.
But you're so high.
Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then.
But you're so high.
You ought to be ashamed of
Stay
yourself.
drunk all
Oh,
the
come
time.
on now, you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids. Oh, happy Monday night. And it is a happy Monday because I get to do one of the builds that I've been waiting forever to do. The hell? Okay. First off, Roto Twister. One of my friends asked me the other day, he goes, what's in a Roto Twister? And a Roto Twister, not a titty twister, Roto Twister is Sailor Jerry's rum, which is 100 proof pretty much, with Sprite. And usually I put in some strawberry Kool-Aid, believe it or not. Just a little bit. And, oh, it's to die for. It tastes like cream soda, but it fucks you up. Anyway, here we go, kids. The only thing these props are good for, stirring a Roto Twister. All right, tonight is the night. Bam! We are going to build the Jadina, okay? This is not a Patriot Blades build. This is not a gallery build, which is, gallery builds are the ones we're going to auction on Patriot Blades, sorry. This is my build. This is just for me. As you all know, I love Moka frames. Not all of them. There's a couple that I'm like, yeah, okay, that's all right. But I love the Moka Simplex. I love the Moka Simplex Pro. I love the, so far, this micro that he gave me. But the other day, last week, 2 weeks ago, I ordered some Mokas. They were not given to me. And because I wanted to build a gallery build to auction off for Patriot Blades, which is another headhunter, and it's going to be really cool. Ordered a couple other things. And I know the owner of Moka pretty well. He's a friend of mine. And I said, I want the Jadina. Your Jadina, which is a race frame. You know, it's got the vertical arms. And a lot of my friends have been, you never build race frames. You always build these fucking freestyle things. I'm like, okay, fine. If I'm going to build a race frame, I'm going to build the one I want. So, talking to my friend Al at Moka, and I said, I want the Jadina. Do you have any in stock? He goes, yes. And out of the goodness of his heart, I order it. I order that, and I order the Moka Simplex Pro for the gallery build. And then he sent me the Moka Micro that we're going to do the review on later this week. And, you know, I'm all excited. You know, I'm like, I'm worse than a kid. I'm just, oh, can't wait to get this thing. Because I just think it's the most gorgeous bird frame. I've never seen one in person. A day later, he says to me, oh, by the way, I didn't send you a normal Jadina. I sent you this, I call it his signature series, but he's too modest for that. He's like, this is a frame I only build out of a special carbon for my friends. You can't order it. Now, after you guys see this video, you can ask him, email Moka, maybe he'll make you one. I don't, it's not a cheap frame at all. The Moka Jadina is not a cheap frame at all. It's a very expensive frame. I'll let you look at the link down below. This is probably the most expensive quad build I've ever done, but it's for me, and it's just going to be gorgeous. And I made kind of a decision not long ago where I'm like, I'm just going to build nice shit. It doesn't have to be expensive. Like I said the other day, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to be nice. And so I went all out. And you know how it is when you guys build a bird and you order shit and you order shit and you're, oh, I'm going to order those motors. And like a couple days later, you order this. You don't realize how much you spent. But anyway, so he sends me the special Moka. Now, I'm doing this video a little different. This is a build video, kind of. You guys know me. I don't do build videos where I sit there and fucking solder everything for 2 hours. But he says, do you like it? And I was on a business trip, and I hadn't even gotten home yet. He sent me... Now, I'm going to do this one a little backwards. Like I said, I'm going to show you the assembled frame. And then I'm going to disassemble it. Just the frame. And then we'll do the build. Because I want you guys to see, those of you that are going to build a Jadina, I want you to see how it goes together and comes apart. It's a little bit easier than trying to do it on camera. I want you guys to look at this. Now, a regular... Let's just take a normal carbon frame. Let's just take... I'm not going to compare it to another Moka. I'm going to compare it to a Cerebus. See that? Very high. It's a high quality carbon, you know, for the most part. It's nice. It's pretty, you know. We've all seen carbon fiber. Not brilliant. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. My wife and I are going to do, my wife is going to do gallery shots of this bird. And I'm going to put, you know, the little videos I do of the really nice birds I do, all these beautiful, gorgeous galleries. This is red diamond plate carbon fiber. It's really, I have shitty lighting in here and I'm using a cheap camera, so you probably can't see it. But when you guys see this in my wife's professional pictures, you're going to see all these little squares have red on them. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, there you go, I think. I'm colorblind, I don't know. But absolutely, I got this thing in the mail, and I sat on the couch at the coffee table and instantly put it together, and I'm just like, oh my God. And the normal Jadina is, I believe, yellow, and this one I believe is red. I'm colorblind. So, oh my God. So, my brother at Moka, thank you so much. I treasure this frame. This frame is not for sale. This is staying in my private collection with Patriot and all those other guys. But anyway, I wanted you guys to see this. This is an amazing feat of engineering. If you'll notice, the rear motor is tilted up. Now, I did that on purpose. If you unscrew here, okay, you can lower these down to there. I'm not going to put the screw back in. And it's nice and level, like a normal bird. We put it back up and put the screw through it, which is how I'm going to build it. And it's going to be a fast forward flyer, as they say. I call them two-wheel drives. That's just me. Yeah. And you can tilt the front. I didn't, and I'm not going to. I have a hard enough time with the normal quad. But you can also tilt the front. They will tilt down. These tilt up, okay? Which gives you full forward flight sitting still. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. I'm going to measure it out real quick. I shudder to think what this carbon fiber costs. I mean, like I said, the Jadina, not a cheap frame. This one, oh my God. So, let's see what we got. Arm thickness. 0.7. Oh, come on. Is this my good one? Yeah. Sitting at 4, 5. Unbelievable. 0.35. I mean, that is like massively thick. Beautiful. This thing, I just don't even know. What is that? 5 mil? Yeah, 5 mil. Man, I do not have a frickin'... Anyway, you see it up here. It's at 5 mil. 5 mil thick. There, we're sitting at 10, 11, 12, 13. Top plate, I think, is $1.50. Yep, $1.50. And bottom's $1.50. And this should be $1.50. I'm going off of this, guys. This is all fucked up. Yeah, beautiful. $1.50, 5 mil. Look at that shit. Bam. Wow. So I'm going to take 2 of these arms off, just so y'all can see how this thing goes together. There is a front and a back. The front arms are symmetrical. I believe, hopefully I'm not selling my brother at Moka out, that this is a, he's got a lifetime warranty on the carbon fiber, not the aluminum. The aluminum is CNC machined, anodized. And in my world, I know what that means. Very, very high-end stuff. So, let's see what we got. So, I'm just going to show you a rear frame and a front frame. I'm sorry, arms. There's a rear arm, bam. And there's a front arm, bam. Okay? They are different. It looks like a wishbone in the front. Okay? And that's what you've got. Your camera mount, obviously, this holds a standard 11, you know, the Swift style camera, which I like. I prefer the big cameras. I know it's lighter to use the other ones, but... And then the bottom plate comes off with 4 screws. I only have 1 in. Bam. Okay. Look at that beautiful thing. And then the top comes off, obviously. So, that's what we're going to do. We are going to build this absolutely farkin' gorgeous bird. I am just... while I'm reassembling this, I'm going to tell you the story. This thing was supposed to come, according to tracking, because I'm a child and I track stuff, it was supposed to come last Wednesday, I believe it was. Well, that was fine with me because I was going to be up taking care of my mom after her surgery. Well, it came on Tuesday, which was bad for me. The reason being is I was home and I wanted to build it. I'm telling my friend at Moka, I'm like, dude, I want to build this so bad, I'm dying. And he's like, oh, you know, he's just a sweet soul. He's like, you know, you've helped me and nobody's asked you to help. And hopefully I have helped him. sell a couple frames. He's a one-man band up there, guys. Moka is not some huge company that is making thousands and billions of dollars a day. He's a one-man band, and I like him. He's a good man. He's got a good family, and I will support him any way I freaking can. So, and I like his birds. If I didn't, I wouldn't be building this shit. I bought this. He did not give this to me. He gave me the special edition, I will say. So yeah, we're going to put this piggy back together. I'm going to give you a weight real quick. So we're going to pop in the all-up weight. It's not hard to put together, guys. It really isn't. You know, and these are really, really, really nice frames, but they don't come with instructions. But if you can't put a frame together without instructions, you probably shouldn't be building a bird. That's just what I say. But I am so pumped to do this, and this is actually going to be a really fast build because there's not much to it. I'll show you what I'm putting in a second. All right, on the scale that tells no lies. Bam! Okay, here we go. Moka Jadina Super Custom. And I think he said this one weighs more because it's thicker. This is a fancier one. I think he said this one weighs more than the one you guys would order. So you might want to check on the webpage about that. Sorry, Al, I didn't double check. But anyway, $1.23. Not bad at all. So I really don't care if it weighs 6 pounds. I'm building it. So there we go. There's the frame. We are going to put these obscenely expensive Luminaire. Look at these things. I already put heat shrink on them. We're going to put these Luminaire 2206-9, whatever the hell that means, 2450 kV Luminaires. And I will put a link in the description to all the parts I use on this build. If you build this bird as I'm building it, you spent some freaking money. But I don't care. It's a showpiece. I love it. It's going to be a gorgeous machine. So that's what we're putting in for engines. And I did already prep them a little bit. I put my heat shrink on there, you know, no big deal. Let's see, what are we using for an FC? Bam! The Luminaire Alpha OSD Beck CS, 30 amp times 4, BL Heli 32, Omnibus F4, blah, 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 blah. All in one, everything. I want this to be a nice, clean, tight build. And our VTX is going to be my run-of-the-mill crap VTX 03 because I like them. And then we're going to put on a pigtail, bam, and we're going to put on a far view, of course, that goes without saying. I am going to put an Eagle Run Cam 2 in here for the camera. That's pretty much about it. So what we're going to do, we are going to pop the top. I am going to be stopping this video a lot because I think it's boring watching build videos. So we're going to do the highlights of this thing. One thing I want to note to you guys, when you're building a vertical arm bird, they have a little bit more harmonics than a flat arm bird. The reason being, when you have a flat arm bird, yeah, it's all going to come apart, isn't it? When you have a flat arm bird, you have this, okay? And that's going to absorb some of the harmonics of flight, whereas in this case, you're like this. It's a lot more rigid. It's kind of like if you guys stand on a 2x4 board like this versus like this. It's going to bend like that. So we are going to soft mount the controller. How I soft mount it, sometimes I use rubber O-rings and sometimes I use silicone off of the backs of wires. It just depends on what I got in stock. So I will tell you. So I'm going to put nylon standoffs in here, obviously, and then we're going to jet this in. And bada bing, we're going to be rock and roll. So then what we're going to do is we're going to mount the motors. I build from the outside in. I just always do that, okay? And one of the things I am going to do, I'm going to use hidden wires. So we're going, that heat shrink that's on these motors, what I do is I take a piece of double-sided tape, you know, our 3M or Scotch or whatever you use in double-sided tape, and I take a piece of it, I put it on a cutting board, then I take my heat shrink and I put it on the wires, and I heat it up, get it nice and warm, and then I press it down while it's warm on the double-sided tape, and then I take a razor knife on that cutting board and trim it. See how you can't see the tape? When we go to mount these, they are going to be hidden. We will not have zip strips. We will not have any of that crap. So it's going to look really, really, really nice. So that's what we're going to do. So I am going to use Loctite. We're going to lock everything in. We're going to, the motors without bolts, nuts, sorry, are the fronts. These are the backs. We might have to trim them wires up a little bit. That's okay. Y'all know how to trim a fucking wire. You don't need to see that. Okay? And that's how she's going to look. So, let me get the flight controller and the motors in. Bam! We will be right back. Bam! Real quick. Okay, we got the mounts mounted. And this is going to sit on that like that, okay? I might even lower these a little bit more, honestly. I don't want to suck up that much space, because all I need in there is a battery strap. So I'm going to lower those. But these are what I'm using for the iso-mount, okay? Little rubber O-rings, right? And you just slide those guys on there, like that. And then put your flight controller on, and then you nut her down. So that's what we're going to do, but this is too high. We're going to lower that real quick. So, bam, I'll be right back. Bam, and we're back. All right. Kids, this is looking like a beautiful bird. Look at this thing. Bam. Now, what we did, I still have to neaten this up a little bit, but we got our invisible wires on there. I did do my double-sided tape on there. Look at that. Pretty. All right, so now what we're going to do, one of the things I've noticed I've never built a frame like this before. And one of the things that we need to do is if you look at the camera mount holes, kind of hard to get to through these. So we're going to take the front arms off and we're going to mount our camera that way before we wire. And if I had one design change, let's see, can we make it through there? You know, you technically can. I'm going to take them off anyway because I want a nice clean shot. So my buddy Al up at Moka doesn't yell at me, you can do it. I know you can. But since I don't have them wired up yet, bam, that's what we're going to do. Because it only takes a second. And I'll show you these. Very fucking sweet. This is without a doubt probably the easiest build. It's an expensive build, but it's an easy build to do. Everything's just right there. I'm going to barely have to even trim motor wires. Everything on this board that I'm using is right in the front. Bam, forget about it. Nothing but a peanut. All right, so we got that off. Now we're going to pop the camera in. And we're going to take this top plate off because we do not need it anymore. All right. Well, for right now. Now, you'll see there's two holes here. I'm going to put my antenna back here. My motors are pitching forward at this point. I may lower them later. Just depends on how it flies. I've never flown a V-tail. It's not really a V-tail. It's a pitch forward. Okay. So there we go. Bam! And we got to set the positive and, our battery lead off the back. Then we're going to set this gorgeous Runcam Eagle 2 in the front like that. Yeah, wiggle that piggy in there a little bit. Won't be nothing but a peanut. So, all right, we're going to mount that camera up. And we're going to 5-volt ground. Let's see here. That's really fucking hard to see, but I did put the sticker right there. So we got, this is the sticker that went on top of the flight controller. So we got 5-volt ground, video out ground, video in ground, 5-volt and S bus. Okay, easy enough. And then we're going to wire in our motors while we got the top off, but that's easy enough. So I am going to go ahead and swap this out. I'll probably pop, let's see, will I keep that? Yeah, we'll probably take this off as well, or just loosen this. And I'm going to change the Runcam screws because Runcam makes the most horrifically soft piece of shit screws you'll ever use in your fucking life. And there we go. Bam! Oh, all right. So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. So I'm going to mount the camera, put the arms back on, and then I'll be right back. Bam. Bam, and we're back. It's actually been an entire day, and I think that's the first time, one of the first times, I have had to stop a quad build and continue the next day because all three of the women that I live with were all programmed to go crazy at the exact same time last night, so I had to take a break. So anyway, what we've got the flight controller mounted. I'm not sure where I left off. We've got enough room for a strap under there. I put the battery lead on. We wired in the motors, my little twist there. Everybody's pretty copacetic. We'll straighten this up a little bit. If your motor wires on a build something like this, if your motor wires are a little bit too long, give them a twist and you don't have to cut them. Okay, it's kind of a cool tip there. So this is looking a shot up. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to conformal coat the bare edges. Okay, so we're just going to give a little bit of that. Just motor leads. I'm going to go from this side. Yeah, bam. You ain't got to soak shit up. Now, I do not plan on flying this bird in the snow. And I do not plan on or flying it in the rain or puddles or anything like that. But anything that's a bare end like that, that is something I always conformal coat. Bam! Beautiful. So, now what we're going to do, there was something else I was going to tell you. What the fuck was it? No, well, doesn't matter. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are going to wire up right in Mia, okay, our camera lead, which is right here, and which is just hot, cold, and video, and then we're going to do the typical JSONified pigtail on the VTX-03. Now, what we do with these, what I do, and you guys have seen me do this 1,000 fucking times, but we're going to do it again anyhow. So we're going to take off that lead. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? Bada bang. Alright, and then we're going to wire this lead into here, which is going to be our camera power. And there's our signal and all that good stuff. We'll make it pretty. Bam. Perfect. Now we're going to do our pigtail trick. Pigtail trick. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this VTX-03, and I'm not going to get super fancy with this one. We are going to pop off the dipole. Bam. Get rid of you. And we're going to get a piece of heat shrink tubing. Maybe. Oh, looks like it might work. Yep. Okay. Take a piece of heat shrink. We're going to cut this off. And you guys have seen me do this on micros. You've seen me do it on these too. But I am not going to hot glue it and all that stuff. No worries. So we're going to put this under here. Plug in our UFO. That's what I call them. That's for you there, Gray. My UFO buddy. We talk about extraterrestrial life and stupid shit like that. Just for fun. This is just a little bit of insurance. Bam! That's all we're going to do about that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take our top lid. Let's zoom in this a little bit. Bam! Alright. Where do I want this? Well, I'm thinking we can put it anywhere we want. So, but the one thing we're going to do is we're going to put our SMA through here and tighten everything down, and I'm going to go ahead and wire this in. Now, on our flight controller, here's the sticker for it. Okay, 5-volt and ground, video in, video out, ground, video in, ground, 5-volt and S-bus. So ground, 5-volt and S-bus is going to be our receiver. We're going to put our VTX and camera on here, and bam, we're pretty much freaking done. So, be right back. Bam, and we're back. Okay, if I were to do this over again, I think I probably would have dropped the bottom and soldered it. So I did the surgery soldering and soldered everything up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a prostate check. We are pretty much done. So, prostate check, meter on continuity. All right. Good. No direct shorts. Let's see if she blows up. Yeah. Always put an antenna on, kids. Put your antenna on. Good math. Okay. Plug her in. Moment of smoke. Pretty. Now we're going to test our video system. I made this so everybody can just see. Yep, there she is. Bam. Nothing has been set up yet. So we're good there. Everybody's copacetic. We're going to turn off our VTX because I'm going to do some computer work on this thing. And there's no sense in it overheating. Okay, bam. So here's our receiver. We did wire this in. our S bus all the way to the right, positive ground, and then I haven't decided how I'm putting this in yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, usually when I put these in, I twist all my wires up. If you give them a little bit of a twist, bam, they act like a spring and they stay put. So, and I had to make a roto twister. Everybody needs a roto twister. So let me pop this thing together. I'm going to put some props on it just so you guys can see what she's going to look like. And I'll neaten everything up and I'll be right back. Ooh. And we're back. All right. I cleaned up the workbench a very little bit. And I whipped up a far view antenna, as I always do, and threw some props on just for looks. And I want you guys to meet Jadina. Look at it. Oof. That is some slick shit right there. Bam. Okay. Absolutely gorgeous. It turned out very nice. Yeah. Receivers in, antennas are in, motors are in, props are on. I got to do the beta flight. Everything works. Beta flight takes 30 seconds. I don't care about that. Let's see what the all-up weight ended up being. Let's see. Scale, it tells no lies, because people always care about this. I don't know why. 332. It's not the lightest bird in the world, but it's the coolest bird. So anyway, there she is. And my smoking hot photographer wife is going to be taking gallery pictures of this, and I'm going to put those up as well so y'all can get a really nice shot of what this baby looks like up close and personal. On another quick note, and I'll leave you be, a very dear friend of mine and a member of the club lost his son a day or so ago, and to a senseless, stupid crime, not a crime, act of violence. And his name was Jordan, and he was 23 years old. So I will be taking up a thank you from all the guys in the club, and we're going to be sending something out to him. We love you dearly, brother. You are one of the founding members of this club, as far as I'm concerned. And Jordan will be missed. Jordan was my son's age, who was 23. And I didn't know him, but I know his father very well. And our hearts and prayers go out to your family. This build is dedicated to Jordan and you guys. So love you dearly. Guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Keep shiny side up. Bam.